How's it going, guys? I'm Jay, founder of Otter PR. Today we're going to talk briefly about Instagram verification. For those of you who don't already know, the verification is that blue check mark that they put next to your name to prevent impersonation of an influencer or a brand. And in this brief talk, I'm just going to teach you the secrets that PR agencies use to get their clients verified, as well as some ways that you can get verified on your own without an agency. So before I jump into some secrets and hacks, let's talk about the purpose of verification. And the purpose is really to prevent impersonation. For example, Michael Jordan. If someone were to make a Michael Jordan 2 account, no one's going to know the difference between the real Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan 2. And that account could then be used to scam people, get in touch with people, and wreak all kinds of havoc on social media. So that's why they assign verification, and you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to get that blue check mark. It is to prevent impersonation. So if you're trying to get your meme account verified or your dog account verified, you're going to have a hard time. So how do you actually get verified? Well, there's a couple of ways that you could go about it without a PR agency. And that's if you're an actual celebrity, or you're an athlete, or you're a well-known national brand. A lot of celebrities and athletes and real famous people who work directly with agencies who represent them can actually request verification for you as the client. And they do that through what's called a media portal that Facebook then assigns to that agency so they can get their clients verified rapidly and efficiently. That portal is not accessible for the general public. As you well know, the general public has to do it natively through their phone, which kind of ends up in a pile and doesn't really end up with a lot of success. So if you're not a celebrity and you're not a famous athlete or musician, how do you actually get verified? How do you get that check mark if you're, say, an entrepreneur or an up-and-coming actor, an up-and-coming musician, and you really think that you deserve the check, or your brand and you want to build that authority, build that trust by getting the check mark? Well, the most important thing to keep in mind is that they're going to look for your press. It's not just about followers, it's not just about engagement. They really want to see that you have a multi-channel presence, that you are omnipresent on the internet, that you are deserving of that check mark and famous throughout the internet and social media. So having other popular social media channels will help. Having a strong YouTube presence, TikTok presence, Twitter presence. All of these things are going to help establish your case that you are omnipresent on the internet and that you are at risk of impersonation. Arguably the most important factor here is going to be your press. So they're going to need feature articles in top-tier, credible news publications such as Forbes, Entrepreneur, New York Times, Newsweek, and the list goes on. The important thing to think about when you're trying to categorize a news publication as credible and worthy of verification or not credible and not worthy, is that publication verified on Instagram themselves? And some of the qualities of the press in that publication are also going to be very important. So when they're looking to see if you deserve verification, they're going to Google your name, and they're going to be looking for a couple of things. One, what outlet is it? And two, is it a featured article? Is your name in the title or subtitle? Is there a picture of you? Do they have demographic information that tells them who you are, where you were born, how old you are? The other important thing to notice is that your category needs to be consistent across your social media platforms. If you're applying for verification as an entrepreneur, that press has to discuss you being an entrepreneur. Talk about your history as an entrepreneur, your success as an entrepreneur. If your category on Instagram is entrepreneur and all of the press is about you as a musician, you're not going to get verified. So make sure that all your social media says the same thing, and make sure that you're applying as the thing that is discussed online. The other important thing to notice about verification is you need to have your real name. Your real name and credible real information about you on your bio that's consistent across your social media and on the press. If information is different or untrue, you will not be able to get verified. If you're a brand trying to get verified, you need to have IP or a trademark on your actual company name. If you don't have that, you're not going to get verified. There's also certain categories that are much harder to get verified as brands, such as CBD products, gambling. You can imagine what the rest of those are. And as an influencer, there's certain categories that are easier as well. Doctors, news anchors. If you want the fast track to get verified, that's the best way to do it. If you are writing or reporting for a credible news station, then you're at very, very high risk of impersonation. And I've seen news anchors and journalists and reporters getting verified with as little as 500 followers. And they keep that verification forever. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode on verification. I have a follow-up that talks about some tricks, some hacks, and some things that you can do once you are verified. So check out the next video, and it was a pleasure speaking with you, and if you want to discuss verification with our team, please book a call, visit otterpr.com, and we'd love to talk to you about verification. We'll do a free screening for you, whether you're an influencer or a brand, and talk about it and guide you along the path to verification. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the next episode.